Hey entrepreneur, this is Mark Newsom, Mr. Marketing. Welcome to this special presentation entitled How to Become an Entrepreneur When All You've Ever Done is Work for Someone Else. Introducing three extremely critical mind shifts, ladies and gentlemen. You'd better be mentally prepared to make, or you're probably not going to make it. Ladies and gentlemen, the main focus of this video is to warn you of the danger of the so-called entrepreneurial myth. You know that I'm my own boss, I work for myself, I set my own hours. Yeah, that myth. Unfortunately, too many people that decide on a whim that they want to be an entrepreneur, mentally, emotionally, and a lot of times financially, they are just not prepared to weather the storm. Let me give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, one of the biggest reasons why people turn to entrepreneurship is during downsizing. Because when downsizing goes up, as more and more companies lay off people, people get this notion that, hey, I'm going to go into my own business. So home business ownership increases dramatically during massive layoffs. But here's the problem. The people that tend to go into entrepreneurship or try to own their own small business on or offline this way, they have a tendency to just be employees, but not entrepreneurs. And so as a direct result, they hit a reality wall really hard, really fast. So let's take a look at three extremely critical mind shifts that are needed in order for you and I to become successful entrepreneurs. Here's the first thing. Ladies and gentlemen, once you trade in your 9 to 5 for the title of entrepreneur, you just agreed to 18-hour days instead of 8 to 11-hour days. And here's the other big one, in case you don't know it. Even though if your business may be physically closed, entrepreneur, there are no weekends off when you own your own small business, on or offline. You're working all the time in some way, shape, or form. And that takes a huge critical mind shift. Here's the next thing. Ladies and gentlemen, there are no guaranteed cost of living raises every year like there are when you work for an employer or the state or the federal government. Are you kidding me? You and I either make this thing work or it doesn't. And here's the other thing. You and I might work 15 hours a day. In the beginning, you may not even earn minimum wage. And you know what? You're not breaking the law. Because if your business isn't earning enough money to pay you minimum wage, guess what? It just isn't. Now, that law would apply if you hired somebody. But what are you going to do? Take yourself to court because your business isn't earning enough money? Yeah, imagine that one. Here's a third thing, ladies and gentlemen. You may not get to take a real vacation for at least the first 5 years. And don't forget, most small businesses, 88% on average, won't even be around in 5 years. So the point is, you got to work 24/7. When you talk about being an entrepreneur, there's no more weekends off. There's no more 2 weeks guaranteed vacation or 6 weeks guaranteed vacation. None of that. So, ladies and gentlemen, in this brief video, hopefully you get the idea of, if you're seriously wondering or considering how you can become a successful entrepreneur, if all you've ever done is work for someone else, the biggest shift you got to make is you're going from employee to owner, which means you and I have to be responsible for the outcome, or there won't be a good one. So with that said, for those of you who want to discover how you can add an additional 25% more gross profit to your bottom line, do so in the next 90 days or less without having to add any new customers or clients. Ladies and gentlemen, grab your free 9-page special report. Head over to youcanmarketonlinenow.com/sales, because that's where you can get it. And ladies and gentlemen, if you liked what you heard in this particular video, then you are highly encouraged to grab your free 22-part Small Business Marketing Mastery Series, which is a $97 value. This is an additional free bonus that you'll get when you opt in to get the free report. This 22-part series, ladies and gentlemen, is chock full of money-making marketing strategies. No matter what your business, product, or service is, you'll learn some valuable skills about proactively and strategically marketing your business, product, or service. So on that note, this is Mark Newsom, Mr. Marketing. We'll see you again next time on the Marketing Minute.